The Unshaken Belief of Shlok, a short story. In fact, I call it as a thought out of an absolute imagination. Let's hear it. Shlok was born in a small town called Sanchi near Lucknow in India. A town where our ambitions often get drowned under the weight of routine life, but Shlok was different from other children. He had quiet confidence, a deep-rooted belief in his instincts, and he used to love his values. His values were his strength. His journey of achievements, of course, started very small, solving local problems with ingenious ideas. When the town's irrigation system collapsed due to bureaucratic negligence, Shlok was barely 18. He proposed a self-sustaining water cycle using rain harvesting pits and underground reservoirs. It was a difficult task, of course, and that too the government had ignored it, but Shlok, with his unshaken belief, convinced the villagers, orchestrated a movement itself, and finally made it happen. The water crisis ended in the village, and then Shlok's name started slowly getting echoed in the towns and the narrow lanes. Shlok always knew that whenever he used to come out of a struggle and win over a challenge, he was hearing two famous voices. He always used to trust those voices. One of them was Shlok's closest friend Arav. He had always been his side. Arav was a practical thinker to Shlok's instinct-driven nature. He used to balance Shlok's ideas with a grounded approach. They worked together on many projects, with Arav ensuring that Shlok's grand visions had a strong foundation. Foundation is important, very important. One of their most memorable feats was when they saved a dying school in their town. The only government school in Sanchi was on the verge of shutting down due to lack of funds and crumbling infrastructure. The children had no desks, the roof leaked, and the teachers were leaving due to unpaid salaries. While others gave up, again these two, Shlok and Arav, saw an opportunity. They first started with a conventional crowdfunding campaign, but they realized very quick that it is not going to be impactful. Then again they orchestrated a bold plan. They always used to sit in an abandoned piece of land just to chit-chat, and they noticed that if this piece of land near the school get converted into an organic form, then definitely it will work wonders. They started implementing the plan where students and locals could grow vegetables and sell them in the market. Arav took care of logistics while Shlok mobilized the people. Within months, the farm became a success. Schools started earning and enough to sustain itself. The initiative gained media attention, and government officials had no choice now but to step in and provide additional funding. In this way, step by step, Shlok has climbed the ladder of challenges. Finally, the corporate world Shlok has entered. When a corporate company refused to pay local weavers their due wages, Shlok took up the case, launching a viral social media campaign. Within weeks, again, the company not only cleared the dues but also promised fair wages in future contracts. In this way, his fame became more wider. He became a man known for achieving the impossible, turning odds in his favor through sheer willpower. But sometimes time, it's very unfair. Success is very unfair. Success will bring lot of unnoticed weight on you. The same happened. With each victory, Shlok began to believe he is now invincible. And the most unwanted thing which can happen to any talented person, the belief that he himself is responsible for everything. Shlok was falling in the trap. He was not listening anymore. He was ignoring that voices. He was just feeling that he himself is alone. Then came the biggest challenge in Shlok's life, the Parvat project. An ambitious infrastructure plan to build a self-sustaining eco-city in the top of a barren hill. Investors doubted Shlok. Engineers told that it is impractical, and environmentalists also told that this idea is not scalable. But now Shlok is blindfolded by his past glories. He ignored the technical details. Where he once used to listen to every voice, he now dismissed concerns with a wave of his hand. As the project advanced, cracks started appearing, quite literally. The foundation was not strong enough. Miscalculations had led to structural flaws. It was on the verge of collapse. And of course, the collapse was also on the Shlok's reputation. The media, investors, everybody turned against him. He found himself standing at the edge of the most humiliating failure of his life. Just when all seemed lost, two voices echoed in Shlok's office. Shlok, do you remember where you started and why you started? This was the exact line. When Shlok turned back, it was the Kishan Kaka. And who was he? He was the humble water pit digger from his childhood irrigation project. Now he became, of course, a frail old man, and beside him stood Arav, the friend he used to always push and believe. Arav told, "You always listen to the land, the people, and the need, and you always used to see the purpose first. Now you only listen to yourself. What happened to you, Shlok? Your belief system was never about you. It was about the truth, it was about the pain, and it was about the purpose behind your challenges." And Kishan Kaka was slowly smiling and reminding about the small conversations how Shlok used to have and how Shlok used to respect others' opinions. Arav slowly sighed and told Shlok, "You are still Shlok only when you still listen those voices. You just trust yourself, again get back." Those words hit Shlok like a storm. He sat in silence, rewinding his journey. He realized that he had lost his way somewhere in between. The next day, Shlok restarted the Parvat project, not as a man for proving himself, but as a man to serve a cause. Of course, it took a lot of time now, more pain, more challenges, but Arav was, and even the Kishan Kaka was very much back of the Shlok. So it's all about sometimes believing in the belief system, not getting seduced by the attraction, by the praises, by the external achievements, by the so-called manipulations, by the fake achievements. It's all about, again, I'm saying, believing in your belief system.